So Jai Hind. So today we will start with 2D rotation in computer graphics. So how we do the rotation, we have already discussed about rotation, but today we will do some numericals, try some problem on rotation and translation. So basically what is rotation is, so in computer graphics 2D rotation is a process of rotating an object with respect to an angle into two-dimensional plane. Okay. So if we consider an object, we can come to a figure directly. See, if the radius, let we say radius remain same, so this radius is r, then from here we can see for this point O, x is r cos theta, r cos phi, sorry, this angle is phi, and y is r sin phi. Okay, and for this one, for O dash, so if we take out for O dash, value of x dash means here the y new, that is y new, y dash, and x new, x dash. So we can write x dash is equals to r cos theta plus phi, and y dash equals to r sin theta plus phi. I think there is no problem in this simple geometry. Now if I expand this r cos theta plus phi, then I know cos theta plus phi is what? Cos theta cos phi minus sin theta sin phi. So if I write this x dash equals to r, taking r common, cos theta cos phi minus sin theta sin phi, and same as y dash I can take out, which will be equals to, you know, sin theta plus phi is what? That is sin theta cos phi, that is r sin theta cos phi and plus cos theta sin phi, and from these values I can say that x dash is nothing but x cos theta minus y sin theta. X dash is equals to x cos theta minus y sin theta, and same y dash can be written as, it is equals to, you know, x sin theta plus y cos theta, x sin theta plus y cos theta, which can be further written in the form of a matrix. Okay, so so this is the equation which we have taken out, that is x nu and y nu, and we can write this equation in matrix form, which will be like this in 2D. So in 2D form this matrix will be like this. Okay, and it can be written another way, that is in xy1 form, can change the orientation definitely. Okay, so we can do some numerical on this. So if we do some numerical, and like the question is, for translation, rotation both, we will try some numerical. So question is, find the final position of a line having the end point. So end points of a line is given. Question is, find the final position of line whose end points are, end points are 3, 5 and 10, 5. These are the endpoints of the line. When it is translated by 3 units, when it is translated by 3 units in x direction, so what will be the value? So we have already studied the translation matrix. Here it is, that we have studied. Okay, and definitely we can find a way in which we can do the orientation. Obviously, we can also write this in this form, that is x y 1, that is x new y new is equals to 1 0 0 0 1 0 and tx ty 1 into x old y old 1. So it can be written like this. Okay, so from here we can see in the question translation in x direction is given, and translation in x direction means tx value 3 is given, and we have the old coordinates, that is old coordinate of x and y is given to us, so we can easily find out the new coordinates. Okay, so if I come to the question, so this was the question, that initial coordinates are given as 3 5 and 10 5. These are the initial coordinates which are given. So for both these coordinates we will find out the value. So for translation purpose, x new y new 1, this will be equals to the first coordinate, that is 3 5 1 into 1 0 0 0 1 0, tx is given by 3 unit. Okay, 3 0 1. This will result the new coordinates for this point, and if I have to find out the new coordinates for this 10, 5, then I can easily do and replace it by 10. So we can find out the value of 10 5, new coordinates of 10 5 1. Now if we have to do multi transformation, and for multi transformation on a same point we use concatenation matrix. Concatenation matrix is, that is a concatenation rule, that is which a into b into c in matrix form. Concatenation rule is a into b into c is equals to a into b into c, or it can be equals to a into b into c. So this is a concatenation rule. So we will find out the matrix one by one, this in steps, the transformation which is occurring, and multiply all those matrices to get the new points, new coordinates of the transformed after transformation. Okay, so let's say I'm just erasing this. Let's say in this question only I have done the translation by 3 units in x direction, and now translation is done by 3 units in x direction, then it is rotated by 30 degree in clockwise direction. Now it is rotated by 30 degree in clockwise direction. So which means first we have to translate in x direction by 3 units, and then we will rotate this line by 30 degree in clockwise direction. So obviously we know what will be the matrix for translation. The matrix for translation will be equals to 1 0 0, that is translation matrix, which will be equals to 1 0 0 0 1 0. Here is Tx is given as 3, Tx is 3, and Ty is 0. There is no translation in y direction, so Ty is 0 and 1. So this will be a translation matrix. I think I have already discussed this. Now the matrix which we have calculated, that was for the anti-clockwise which we have done. If you say we have derived the matrix for this for translation for rotation, so earlier it was phi, then we have rotated to angle theta, which means it is going in anti-clockwise direction. So for clockwise direction theta will be negative. For clockwise direction, for the matrix which we have derived for rotation, in that for clockwise direction the theta will be negative, because we have derived that matrix, rotational matrix, in anti-clockwise direction. Okay, so for clockwise it will be negative. So if it will be negative, then I can say here that for rotation matrix for 30 degree clockwise rotation matrix, that is for 30 degree clockwise rotation, I can write cos theta, that is theta is minus 30, sin theta, that is minus 30, cos theta, sin theta 0, then minus sin, it is minus 30 degree, and cos minus 30 degree, again 0 and 0 0 1. So this will be the matrix for rotation. So this will be the rotational matrix. So you will have to find out the value. So if you will find out the value, you will get the values as for cos minus 30, it is 0.866, here 0.5, 0, minus 0.5, 0.866, 0, 0, 0, 1. So this will be the final rotational matrix. This will be the final rotation matrix. Now we will find out a concatenation, by concatenation a transformation matrix. A transformation matrix will be the product of a step-by-step product of this translation. First we have done translation, so obviously translation matrix, then we have done rotation, that is rotation matrix. So this will be results in a transformation matrix. Transformation matrix. Okay. So transformation matrix will be equals to what was this translation matrix? It was 1 0 0 0 1 0 3 0 1, and what was the rotation matrix? That was 0.866, 0.5, 0, minus 0.5, 0.866, 0, and 0 0 1. The resultant will give us the transformation matrix, and when I multiply the older coordinates with this transformation matrix, then it will result us the new coordinates. So x new x nu, that is for 3 comma 5, for the coordinate 3 comma 5, x nu y nu 1 can be written as equals to x old, that is 3 5 1 multiply by 1 0 0 0 1 0 3 0 1 and multiply by 0.866 0.5 0 minus 0.5 0.866 0 and 0 0 1. So from here, after multiplication of these matrix, we can easily find out the new coordinates, that is x nu and y nu. Okay, so the new coordinates can be calculated, and likewise the new coordinates for this point 10 by 10 comma 5 can also be calculated. So I hope you understood how to find out the translation matrix or rotation matrix and how to do the transformation using these translation and rotation matrix. Now moving on to scaling, that how we do the scaling in computer graphics. If I have to increase or decrease the size by not disturbing the altering the size of the object, then we can do by scaling. So in computer graphics, scaling is a process of modifying or altering the size of the object by not disturbing the basic geometry of the object. Okay, so scaling may be used to increase or reduce the size of an object. Scaling objects the coordinate point of the original object to change. A scaling factor determines whether the object size is to be increased or reduced. So if a scaling factor is greater than 1, then it means the object size is to be increased, and if a scaling factor is less than 1, it means that object size is going to be decreased. Okay, so again we consider a point, that is in the system the point coordinates are x old and y old. These are the point coordinates. Now a scaling factor in x direction is sx and in y direction is sy, then multiplying this scaling factor with the old coordinates will result us the new coordinates after scaling. So this will be the formula: x new equals to x old into sx, that is in x direction scaling factor, and y new equals to y old into sy, that is scaling factor in y direction. So this will be a one dimensional equation, that is x new y new sx 0 0 xy into x old y old, which can be again written in 2D form. So this will be a 2D form matrix. So I hope you understood, and we can again do some numerical on this after. So this is how we can calculate the new matrix or transformation in the form of scaling. Okay, now next is 2D reflection in computer graphics. So reflection is a kind of rotation where the angle of rotation is 180 degree. That is very conceptual, and it's logical that reflection is nothing but rotating something by 180 degree will results as a mirror image, that is a reflection image. Okay, so reflected object is always formed on the other side of the mirror. The size of a reflected object is same as the size of the original object. Okay, so size remains same, just it creates a mirror image, that is it is rotated by 180 degree. So if I say I have an old points, that is x old y old, and want to find out the points after reflection, that is x new and y new, then it can be done as, if I am doing the reflection on x axis, if I am reflecting on x axis, see, we can do like this. If I take the coordinate system, and this is x-axis and this is y-axis, and there is some point that is P x comma y, and if I have to reflect on x-axis, it means the new point will be equals to what? This point is this, then the new point will be what? X comma minus y, which means that x will remain same and the direction, the sign of y will change when I am reflecting on x-axis. Now if I am reflecting on y-axis, then it means that it will be minus x comma y. Here y will remain same and the sign of x will change if I am reflecting on y-axis. So for x-axis, this will be the equation where sign of y is changing when I am reflecting on x-axis, sign of x will remain same. So in 2D form, 3 by 3 matrix, it can be written like this, and in y-axis, sign of y will remain same and the sign of x will change. So sign of x is changing here. So 3 by 3 matrix for reflection along y-axis. Okay, I hope you understood about scaling and reflection. Now comes to shearing. So shearing can be done in x direction or in y direction. So when I am doing a shearing, so there is a shearing factor or parameter which is in x direction, can be written as SHX, and in y direction it can be written as SHY. So x new will be x old plus shearing of y old. This will be, and y remains same if I am doing the shearing in x axis. If I am doing the shearing in x axis, then x will change and y will remain same, and the new x will be old plus shearing of y. And same when will I do this shearing in y axis, then that scenario x will remain same and y will change, which will be like this, and we can represent it in the form of matrix. So this will be when I am doing shearing in y direction, and when I am doing shearing in x direction, then this will be the matrix. So these are 3D transformations. So matrix for 3D transformation, as you can see, so it's a 4 by 4 matrix for 3D transformation, that is for translation purpose. Now this is for rotation about x axis, now rotation about z axis, and same we can find out the rotation in y axis. Now this is for scaling. For reflection matrix, the shearing matrix, so find the question is, just a second, question is find the reflection matrix when the axis is, find the reflection matrix when the axis of reflection is, when the axis of reflection is y equals to 2x. So for this we have to find out the reflection matrix when the axis of reflection is y equals to 2x. So from here I can see and I can find out for this y equals to 2x, the theta, angle theta is equals to nothing but tan inverse 2, which will be equals to 63.4 degree. So the slope of the line is, this theta is 63.4 degree. Now we have learned to find out the reflection matrix for x-axis and y-axis only. Okay, you're getting me? If I know the matrix for reflecting about x-axis or y-axis. So for this purpose, what we will do, first we will rotate this line in clockwise direction and align it with x-axis. First we will rotate this line in clockwise direction and align it along x-axis. So for rotation purpose, we can see the rotation matrix will be what? Cos theta, that is cos, and it is in clockwise direction, so cos minus 63.4, then sin minus 63.40, and minus sin minus 63.4 cos minus 63.40 0 0 1. So this will be the first matrix when I will rotate this line by 63.4 just to get it aligned along x-axis. Okay, now I will do the reflection along x-axis, because I know the matrix for the reflection along x-axis and I have already aligned this line, that is y equals to 2x. This line is y equals to 2x. So I already know the matrix for reflection along x-axis. So the matrix for reflection along x-axis is what? It is nothing but 1 0 0 0 minus 1 0 and 0 0 1. So this will be the reflection matrix about x-axis. Now first we will do the rotation so that we can align this line along x-axis, then we will do the reflection about x-axis. Now again we have initially moved this line to this align this line with x-axis, but we want the original position of this line, so we will again rotate this line back to its original position, that is in anti-clockwise direction by the same angle, so that it can get its original position. Okay, so after multiplying all these matrix, we can get the transformation matrix for the reflection about this line y equals to 2x. So we can say, when I am doing this in clockwise direction, anti-clockwise direction, the third matrix will be what? Third matrix will be cos 63.4 sin 63.4 0 minus sin 63.4 cos 63.4 0 0 0 1. So this will be the matrix again, just to get the line back to its original position. So there will be three matrix, and transformation matrix will be equals to, that was cos minus 63.4 sin minus 63.4 0 minus sin minus 63.4 cos minus 63.4 0 0 0 1, then multiplying with the reflection matrix. Reflection matrix was 1 0 0 0 minus 1 0 0 0 1, then again rotation matrix to get back its original position, that is cos 63.4 sin 63.4 0 minus sin 63.4 cos 63.4 0 0 0 1. So this will be the transformation matrix to find out the new coordinates of the point, or to find out the matrix to reflect along the line y equals to 2x. So I hope you understood how to apply this rule, how we can do the transformation, and we can also try another numerical. So this is how we can do the transformation. In our next lecture, we will again practice some numerical problem on this same transformation topic, so that we can understood in a more effective way how we can do the transformation. Okay, thank you.